What happens when one conjoined twin wants to separate and the other refuses? My twin sister and I were born fused at the liver and ribcage. For 16 years, we shared more than just a body. We shared a life controlled by doctors, researchers, and checks. By the time we were toddlers, the money started rolling in. $8,000 a month from one hospital. $5,000 from a research fund. Payments from medical journals just for our scan images. Our mom quit her second job and became our full-time manager. She kept a spreadsheet of every dollar we were worth, updating it after each appointment. By the time we were 10, we had been featured in over a dozen medical papers. Vanessa loved the attention. I memorized hospital exit routes. When a doctor finally told us that separation surgery was now possible, I felt hope for the first time in years. But Vanessa panicked. "No way," she said. "I'll die without you. My body won't know how to function alone." Mom sided with her immediately. She didn't even ask what I wanted. There was a new offer, $75,000 for another year of observation from a new study. Too soon for a traumatic change, she told the doctor. That night, Vanessa whispered facts to scare me. 6% of separated twins go into organ failure. But I knew the truth. Those studies were decades old and mostly about twins who shared hearts. We didn't. Ours was a textbook case for a clean split. She knew that too. I'd seen her internet searches. Then Dad installed a lock on the basement door from the outside. "Just until you stop upsetting your sister," he said. Vanessa started faking panic attacks every time I mentioned surgery. Crying, gasping for air, clinging to me like she'd suffocate without me. Each breakdown became another data point for the researchers. They were paying triple for emotional stress responses in conjoined pairs. I started documenting everything. 3 ongoing studies. 6 medical conferences a year. Our story featured in a quarterly magazine. We were flown out to schools and hospitals where Vanessa would shine in front of med students, gripping my hand and saying, "We're not two people. We're one soul in 2 minds." Everyone clapped. The checks cleared. I smiled until it hurt. At night, she'd press her head to mine. "What happens to me when we're apart? Who will remind me to breathe? Who will make sure my heart beats?" She even learned to sync her breathing with mine, pressing close to feel our pulses line up. Sometimes I'd hold my breath, just to see. And every time, she noticed. "See?" she'd whisper. "I need you." But once, when she thought I was asleep, I listened to her breathe just fine on her own for hours. 3 months before we turned 18, our mom signed us up for another 5-year study. This one required us to stay conjoined to get paid. Dad showed me the contract like it was a warning. Vanessa started wrapping her arm over our connection point while we slept. If I moved, she'd whimper. "Try practicing being alone," I told her once. She didn't speak for 3 days. Just hummed the same 4 notes over and over again until I begged her to stop. I had all the paperwork ready. Stats, printouts, the surgical success rate, 98% for twins like us. I hid the papers under our mattress. Vanessa found them. And ate them. One by one. Chewing through them slowly, locking eyes with me. "No more lies," she said. Her lips were blue from the ink for days. That night, she told our parents I was trying to kill her. Mom installed a baby monitor in the basement. "For your safety," she said. But it only activated when Vanessa cried. And Vanessa had learned to cry on cue. Big, heaving sobs that shook our entire body. "She wants to cut me off," she'd scream. "She wants to leave me hollow." 2 months and 23 days until freedom, unless Vanessa found the hidden phone I used to text the surgeon. Unless she read the emancipation forms I'd been filling out letter by letter while she slept. Lately, she'd started drugging our dinner with sleeping pills so I couldn't keep plotting. But I'd learned to quietly throw up right after eating. "Forever," she murmured one night, high and half asleep, her fingers twisted in my hair. Just like Mom promised. She'd covered the basement walls in drawings, 2 girls with one shadow, hearts tied by red crayon lines. In every picture, one girl smiled. The other had no face.